And there we are. Abrupt as that was. Here we are, episode 106. We're going to have a great game tonight. 106, 106 plus episodes of Pathfinder 2e goodness. We got almost a full cast. Rachel is missing the session tonight. She had a little accident with the computer. That's fine. She might drop in later. We'll see. Everybody's got their hero points for the evening. At least 2 hero points each because of snack bringing. Always a good thing to do in my games. Bring your snacks, folks. You get extra hero points. And yeah, we're going to run down our character intros, and we're going to have somebody do the recap, which will probably be Kyle. That's going to get another hero point, which he can give to any of the other players or keep himself, of course. So let's start off this little introductions here. Let's start with Jesse. What's going on, Jesse? Introduce yourself and your character and any expectations for the evening. Go for it.
Hey guys, I play Chapt. He is our elemental sorcerer of fire. He is our resident troublemaker and loves to cause mayhem. And tonight he's going to burn some bugs, I'm hoping.
Bugs. All right.
Big ugly ones.
Excellent. Glad to have you, Jesse, once again. How about you, Ted? What's going on tonight? Any expectations for the evening for your 9th level character?
Hey guys, I'm Ted.
Was.
I play Drew. I play our catfolk barbarian with a fiery disposition. Little chaotic, never quite know what he's going to do. Prayers, sacrifices, and supplications have been made to the dice gods, so hopefully they'll be on my side this night. And looking forward to see what happens.
Excellent. Welcome aboard, Ted. Once again, I hope the dice gods favor you tonight, because the last session, they were ticked off at you. Something's going on there. Not good. But we're going to see. Dizzy, you're up next. What's going on, Dizzy?
Well, I don't know if it was caught previously, but
what was all
my
cut?
expectations are going to be left open because I don't know what we doing this evening. And for those that just recently joined my stream, I will be playing Celine, the healer of the group, this evening.
Excellent. Cleric. Awesome. 9th level cleric of Shellen. Good choice. Good luck tonight, Dizzy. Good luck. You're doing outstanding so far. Keeping those companions alive. Except Norian. We'll leave that alone. Next we have Kyle. What's going on, Kyle?
Howdy. I'm Kyle. I play Bjorn, our human 7-1-290. He's our frontline fighter, sword and board, part cleric, part champion on a fighter base. Very fanatical. Anything evil, he must be put down. He's a man of few words. Very commanding, very authoritative. But there's a whole other side to Bjorn. A much darker side that we might see. Sheppy knows what I'm talking about there.
Darkness.
And yeah. I'm, as far as expectations go, madness, murder, mayhem. I'm playing with the bulk of the family, so it can do whatever it wants to. I'll have a door to kick in, or somebody goes dragging out someplace, sword drawn, banner flying, and I'm going to have a damn good time doing it.
Yes, you are. Thanks for that, Kyle. Excellent. You're all set. So, let's get into this and do a little brief recap about what happened and where we left off in the last episode. Go for it, Kyle.
Oh, last episode. Oh, my. Well, we picked up... we had just came across the lake, engaged a bunch of Urafon and demon-like creatures, made quick work of them, and then we decided we were going to head up to the north and explore some of the area to the northeast, because we really haven't done a whole lot of exploring here, and we're kind of wandering into situations blind, so we all decided, hey, let's go and scratch our exploring itch, shall we? And that's where we went. We went up to the northeast. There was a cavern to the right where we went to, and found coins embedded into a stone step, for lack of a better word, and tried to beat one of the coins out in a great big glob of acid drop, so we quickly vacated from there, where we were taught by a couple drow that were blatantly following us. So had some words with those boys. I believe Rue actually spotted them, and he tucked into the mushrooms. Celine stayed back, and Laura kind of was in that middle, and yeah, Bjorn was playing the negotiatory part. Yeah, as you can imagine, a frontline, hard-hitting soldier trying to play negotiation. You can just imagine how that went. But they told us that there's a knight wandering around the area that has a key that we need to progress. So after we let them boys live, we then proceeded further up the main straight where there was quite a gory scene. There was a Y in the path, and a creature with 8 legs, had a massive body, ugly looking head, came out of the right side. Surprised the bulk of us, but we were able to see it in time. And pretty vicious combat then broke out. The creature grabbed a hold of Rue, drug him off down into the tunnel. Bjorn, Aura, and Celine gave chase, trying to save our cat. And yeah, we got up there. I think I hit once, Celine hit once. Well, not Celine, but Aura. And then the creature dragged Rue into this massive beggar chamber, and we had at it after that. It was a pretty intense combat. I kind of felt at peace in that, like it wasn't rush of, okay, there's 4 or 5 of these buggers. If there's one, I can go slow, I can take my time, I can be methodical. But we defeated the creature, and then as everybody was kind of getting a little patched up, because we were pretty beat up, then we made the shocking discovery these creatures actually hunt in packs. So we very, very quickly got out of the area and decided to go up the left side of that fork, and we discovered a set of large doors in black and green crystal with a bar in between them that connects them that acts like a lock. Yeah, Bjorn swung a hammer at this door and didn't even dent the glass. So yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out. But I believe that's where we left off.
All right, excellent. You'll get a extra hero point. What are you going to do with that extra hero point?
I'm gonna give it to Sheppy.
There you go, Jess. Give yourself an extra hero point. You'll have 3 tonight. So see that he gets that on his character sheet.
Already did.
Of course, everybody maxes at 3 hero points. I usually don't allow sharing hero points either between the players. If you got them, they're just for you, and that's it. But in this case, I'll let them share it, share the love as we close in on the finale of this. They'll probably need them. We'll see. So, here we are. To the south lies this double doors leading into what could be a temple. You're not sure what it is, but the lock mechanism is not easy to get through. One among you decided that, oh, maybe we can pick the lock. I forget who it was. Maybe it was the catfolk barbarian.
Yeah, it was Rue.
Yeah, it was Rue.
Guilty.
But it's going to take a while. It's going to take some skill to pick these locks. Bashing it down, that won't work. You're pretty confident. The presence of magic, new magic, is definitely strong here. Whether something lies beyond is magical, or maybe the door itself is magical. Can't tell. But it definitely has a keyhole. And if you remember earlier, on your way here, you did encounter some drow who spoke of needing a key. So it kind of makes sense. Maybe this is where you need the key. Where that might be, you don't know. Your main quest is to find the lenses, but now it seems like, well, maybe we need a key to get through here. Or maybe there's some other way around this. But this key was supposedly protected by a knight. So, where could a knight be? Who knows? We're going to find out. So, with that in mind, Bjorn, as you lead up this new group of companions, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I would like to continue to explore the area, kind of feel the map out so that we don't have any more surprises. Especially down to the left. We'll start with that, I guess.
So marching order, right? Bjorn, Sheppy, Celine, and Rue. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
For exploration activities, I have Bjorn at scouting to the front.
Yes.
Celine, searching.
Yep.
Scouting to the rear is Rue. And Sheppy, what would you like to do?
I will detect magic.
Okay. I'm gonna put everybody in the token here, okay? Okay. So you click on the token.
Got it.
All right, so you're heading to the west, correct?
Yes.
All right, to the west. This, looking down here initially, you saw something black and glistening along the floor. As you draw near, Bjorn, the white silvery light of your glowing... What is glowing on you?
Shield.
Shield begins to reveal something interesting on the floor. You can see it on the map there, that big black blob. A pool of thick black goo comes into view, Bjorn. It seems to be coating a large patch of the floor in what looks like a large cave. You don't see anything else. Trickles of water come down the wall. Your footfalls echo.
Sheppy wants to know if it's flammable. He'll throw a cantrip at it.
What's that? Produce flame?
Yeah.
At the big black glistening thing? Okay. That's your target, right?
Yep.
All right. It ignites the whole area where you see on the map this big black goo, and it begins to boil and singe, and a horrible smell comes from it, but nothing reacts outside of that. But the added light in the room, you do notice something. This room is completely devoid of any fungus whatsoever. You're not sure what the black substance is. It might require more examination. Closer examination. What do you do, Bjorn?
Bjorn will kind of move over and cautiously examine the substance, not touching it or anything, but kind of looking at it and trying to study it.
This is why you need a
Careful, it
10-foot
could be a
pole.
black jelly. Remember, we encountered a black jelly before.
Oh yeah, that's right, we did. Well,
And
in that case,
They would eat all the fungus.
yeah. Well, in that case, Bjorn will kind of chuck a rock in there from about 15 feet away. See if anything comes poking out.
Okay. It splops into the goo. Nothing else happens. You do notice that it looks like where it's setting is kind of like a pit. And it's just filling up that pit. It's not like a pool. It's more like coating this pit. Imagine like asphalt or something. It's just coating it. Not like a pool of anything.
And then Bjorn will move closer to examine.
How about the rest of you? You following suit in marching order? Or is Bjorn going out alone?
Celine's gonna go, she'll go with Bjorn, and
Shoggoth.
can I do possibly a knowledge recall? Or recall of knowledge?
A what? Nature?
Recall of knowledge, see if she might have, I don't know, maybe heard of this, or maybe seen it possibly? Maybe somewhere?
Ba 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 ba.
Sheppy's going to hang back in case something comes out.
A classic, Jess, a classic.
Rue's going to stay close enough to where if he needs help, he can react and help him.
Okay. Go ahead and make a blind occultism roll. Diz?
Okay.
So,
Roll incoming.
nothing comes to mind, Celine. As you look at what looks like a black, shiny coating on the rocks. It does seem to be quite gooey, but it doesn't react to the rock that was thrown, so on and so forth. And by the way I handle these recall knowledge things, you want to make a recall knowledge, and people do it different ways. But what I do is I usually, like if it's a monster or something, the monster listing will tell me what skills specifically apply. Like it might say occultism, or it might give occultism or nature. Pick one. So what this is doing, it's like when you go up to something to really see if you can recall knowledge on it, like what is this? Imagine you're going through all your knowledge, all the books you've ever gone through, nature, people, society, monsters, creatures. You're just thinking of everything that would be applicable. And the reason why something specific as only occultism would apply is because your brain is basically narrowing in. Like, oh, it wouldn't have anything to do with Warcraft or anything like this. It's narrowing itself in on that one check. So that's why you make that specific check and not any other check. The only one that's applicable is the one that's here. And that's the one I require you to make. You follow me?
I follow.
So, a player could go in and say, look at this. I'd like to make a nature check to see if I know what this is. Well, you're already assumed to be making nature checks. But what I'm telling you is the one that matters is the one that I offer up to you. In this case, occultism. See what I mean? Makes a lot of sense. So you're basically going through your entire brain to figure this out. It isn't, specifically occultism right from the get-go. And you are using specific skills of your own choice in a way. But, yeah. Just to give you some idea how I handle that. Makes sense. But anyway. So you nothing rings a bell. Never seen anything like this or read anything about this, Celine. It's very unusual. I'm not even sure it's alive. But it might be. Nothing else happens. Gonna knock off some time. What next, Bjorn? You're staring at this pool. Doesn't seem to be reacting. There is an exit to the south.
Yeah, not seeing it react, Bjorn will kind of motion for the others, and he'll head down the corridor to the south.
Okay, you guys are following suit.
Yeah. One
Yep.
thing. What does the ceiling look like here above the black goo?
As you look up above this black goo, you see scratches in the ceiling. Like something violent was reaching up and scratching at something. And you also see bits and pieces of this black goo scattered around as well.
I don't like this hole. Danger, danger.
All right, let's move.
Get out of here.
Yeah, Bjorn will be moving.
How so? Are you going to move through the goo, or are you going to hug the wall? And if so,
I'm gonna
which,
hug the wall.
north or south?
South.
All right. No problem. You could make your way around the goo. Nothing happens. Nothing reacts. At this stage, you'll probably start seeing a glow. You may or may not see this, but to the southwest, there's a thin, narrow, I should say, corridor. And you could see a slight glow. And for those of you that are paying attention, Bjorn, I know you are, you hear a sploosh. To the northwest, there is another narrow corridor that continues on into the darkness.
I heard something coming from the southwest. Should we investigate?
Let's go.
Lead the way.
Bjorn will head down that way then. Southwest.
It's very cramped, definitely single file. Lots of room for you, Sheppy. You're dancing away here, following behind Bjorn. There you begin to see the familiar glow of fungus. Before you is a bridge, a stone bridge, a natural stone bridge. Ancient and crumbling, stretching across the water to what looks like an island teeming with reeking fungus. The stench is strong.
Maybe we should go back and not step on that.
This bridge looks like it's ready to crumble at any moment.
Any magic coming from the mushrooms?
You feel the presence of magic. What's your range on that? 30 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. Dark, powerful magic. And the smell coming from this island is unbearable, even for you, Sheppy. It's worse than rotten fish.
There's something evil on this island, guys.
Indeed, let's head to the north.
Once again, you find yourselves pushing through a very narrow, really narrow, in certain spots. But you don't have to make any checks. You squeeze your way through quite handedly. The stench becomes faint as you get further away from that island. And up ahead you see it starts to open up into what looks like another cave, albeit smaller than what you've seen before. A rocky depression at the south end of this smaller cave contains a thick stalagmite. It's on the ground. Toppled over in a pool of dark ichor. It's located here on our trusty map.
Chippy sees something to the north.
More of that goo.
There's a critter hanging out up there.
Dizzy. Okay. You're searching, right? Yeah.
Yep.
What do you do, Bjorn? Do you want me to read it again? A rocky depression at the south end of this chamber contains a thick stalagmite, toppled over in a pool of dark ichor. The cave is much smaller than the other ones. Fungus does not exist in this room either. Very unsettling. There is an exit directly across from you, maybe 15 feet away, heading further to the west.
Yeah, Bjorn will step into the chamber, kind of seeing if this is the same goo that was down below, because he did call that out as well. He said that there was more goo, so he's trying to see if maybe he can draw more of a connection.
Okay, how about the rest of you? Are you following behind in marching order? Or are you waiting at the entrance as Bjorn investigates?
Chippy, as usual, will hang back a little bit.
How about you, Dizzy? Because you're searching, so you would probably be with Bjorn.
Yeah, she would be up there with him, but not like very close to. She would like some buffering between them in case something had happened.
Okay, just so you know, searching assumes that you're doing all these searches for traps and secret doors and stuff. I make secret checks for you behind the screen. That's what your character is doing, so it's nice to have somebody searching. So yeah, while you're doing that, Bjorn, you approach this broken over stone stalagmite.
Yeah, is there anything in the goo?
Well, it's not so much goo, it's a big rock. There's some ichor around the footing of it, but it's nothing like what you saw before. This isn't like some goo. This is an ichor in spots, and it's more splotchy. Since you're there, Dizzy, with him, I'll allow both of you to make a recall knowledge. And in this case, you're going to make an occultism. Since you're kind of searching.
Said?
Occultism.
Yeah, with my nice crisp +1 is on the way.
We're all incoming.
Not sure what happened here. It looks like something. It looks like something burrowed up underneath the rock, the stalagmite, and shattered it. Not sure what the ichor is, but that's what it looks like. You're not sure exactly what's going on here.
Oh, something dug through the stone.
Watch out for those cave worms.
Chappie, that's one thing I've yet to see is a cave worm.
I hear they're nasty. Burrow through solid rock.
Formidable
Solid.
indeed.
Do you wish to further investigate, or do you want to push on?
I'll keep investigating, but Bjorn will look to Sheppy. And you cast your eyes down that whole way to the north, where the path continues.
Yep, I'll take a look up there.
Bjorn, you're going to watch, Ted, you're going to watch the rear?
Yep.
All right, let me write
So watch
these.
behind us, make sure it sneaks up.
Okay, you do so. You can make a blind perception for me if you like. Okay, well, in that case, Bjorn, give me another blind, occultism, or nature check.
And then here's Sheppy's perception.
Remember, I got dark vision too.
You both should be on the way.
Further investigation, Bjorn, yields nothing. The rocks were shattered by something. Not sure what it is. It could be a natural occurrence. Something to do with these dark caves, or it could be something else. You're not sure. Rue, there is silence outside of the footsteps of Sheppy and the movements of your friends Bjorn and Celine. You don't hear anything from behind you. Celine, you have no indication of traps or anything unusual here. And Sheppy, to the west. Where's your roll? You hear a sound that's very unsettling. As you peer down the darkness here, you can see with your dark vision clearly. You also notice that there is a strange glow. Maybe 25, 30 feet down this corridor to the west. You could just make out a faint glow. Disrupts your dark vision in a way. But you hear a noise that sounds like a wet slap. It's brief and it's not loud. But your goblin ears managed to catch it.
Okay, I'm gonna go back with the group and tell them what I heard.
Seems we have some company then.
Feel free to
Well,
role
looks
play
like-
that.
I heard a slapping sound and a glow to the north. Definitely something. Must tread carefully.
Indeed, something shattered the stone. Could have been a natural occurrence, but I'm suspecting an unnatural one. Let's move on. Keep your heads on a swivel. And Bjorn will begin to head that away. Everything went black.
Yep, hold on here. Took you guys off the map. Bunk, there you are. Alright, so where are you going? Heading to the west?
Yes.
This cavern to the west, it's not as narrow, as the other ones previous, but narrow nonetheless. You draw closer, you see a faint glow ahead, and there to the south, you see the source of that glow. Cautiously peeking into the room, the chamber, Bjorn, you see a jumble of fungus. It's growing in the center of this roughly square cave, more to the south than anywhere else. Looking closely, you see what looks like a large lizard's corpse lying amid all this fungus. If you look closely at the map, you'll see our little critter.
Yeah, seeing the dead creature, Bjorn's head's immediately on a swivel, because if that creature's dead, what killed it?
There's an exit directly across from you.
Yeah, Bjorn will take it.
You're just going to cut across?
Yeah, slowly.
The rest of you follow suit?
Yep.
Okay. In your marching order. Again, the corridor here gets a little bit wider now. And it looks like it kind of turns on itself and begins heading south. Do you push on? Or do you examine the room you're in?
I'll push on for now, because I don't know what killed that creature. He'll actually give a hand gesture to Rue to kind of keep his eyes peeled, so to speak. Without saying anything, trying to be as quiet as he can.
So yeah, Rue, as you cross this room, clinging to the north wall, you see this mound of fungus and glowing mushrooms, as it were. And you see the carcass of a large lizard. You see its tail. It's definitely dead. It's motionless. And the smell isn't as poignant as before in the other chamber, but there's definitely a smell here of death and decay. Okay?
Okay.
You push on.
Once we push up in this area, Rue's going to try to use any shadows to hide it.
Okay, make a... Do you want to change your activity to... Let's see.
Yes.
Right now you're scouting the rear, so what you can do here is you could use... I forget what it's called. It's not called stealth, but essentially it's you hiding in shadows and using stealth. You want to do that?
Yep, that's what he'll do.
So as you're traveling along, you're trying to keep out of the light or use the shadows from the light provided by Bjorn to kind of hide. So give me a stealth check. Secret. Blind, in other words.
And
Okay, and only I have that, and I will use that to compare against perception of anything that might be watching you or looking for you. Of course, it's a little difficult since you're relatively close to the marching group. Unless you tell me otherwise, you're right behind Celine. So you're within the light, the glow. But you can use shadows, and where nook and crannies exist, you can use them. If you want, you could say, you know what? I'm going to hang back outside of the torchlight and remain in the dim light zone and in the shadows.
He'll back out of the immediate light area into the more dim.
All right. So you'll be about 20 feet behind the light source, the dim light zone, where you're concealed anyway. Okay, that would help. All right. Now, Bjorn, leading the group, you see there's a cavern here, that tunnel that goes further to the west, but the main one that you're following continues on to the south. You hear running water coming from the west corridor, however. Also, you notice that whatever lies beyond is definitely not accessible easily. This little narrow corridor to the west is just full of fungus growth. You can't even see beyond. It's just caked full. Perhaps you can push through it.
Yeah, Bjorn would motion to the fungus. Should we cut through or keep going down?
Rue remains silent.
You are the leader of the group here. Do you want to push on?
Yeah, we'll head to the south and leave the west for now.
Determined as you are, Bjorn looks to the others. With no answer, he turns back and pushes on to the south. The corridor continues. Sheppy, you begin to see up ahead a familiar sight. The water, the lake, the underground lake. You see it once again. Its stillness is before you. Looking to the south, Rue, do you have dark vision or no?
Light, low light.
Alright, so this is what you see. Sheppy, you can see to the south. You can see what looks like a boat that's been pulled ashore. Right here on the map. Go to the south along the beach and you'll see where I'm pinging.
Yep, I see it.
You can all see this. You can also see glowing crystals along the beach and what looks like on some islands out on this pond. Familiar? Perhaps.
Oh, what was that?
Well, we've made a giant circle.
Guess we have no choice. To the north.
Directly to the east, beyond some of these pillars here, you can see what looks like the island that stunk very, very bad. And had a glow to it as well. The one that had a stone bridge leading to it. You can faintly make it out from here. Makes sense when you look at your map. Aha! What say you, Bjorn?
Is this a passageway that I can see?
Yes, it is.
Like where the rock opens up?
Mm-hmm. Sheppy could see it clearly. There is another passage leading further to the west.
I'll head that way.
And it's here, Rue, that you recognize where you are. This is the same cavern you first encountered the dwarf and his companions, one of which was felled by this ghastly Belcora, as she seems to be called. You recognize the boat further to the south. You as well, Celine. So, to the west leads further into the Darklands.
Rue is still hiding, remains silent. Just kind of watching the others, seeing what they intend to do.
Yeah, Bjorn will begin to ascend up the path there.
Which one?
This new passage here. Bjorn's not been there yet.
So, Rue, you came from this direction. You would probably, this is up to you, but you know that this path goes at least 2-3 miles. And it's just narrow path, sometimes as narrow as 3 feet wide. And it leads lower and lower into the Darklands itself. A journey which is part of another story that maybe one day we'll recount. Celine, you know that noticed this likewise. You came from here. My point is do you want to go back and backtrack, or do you want to not do so?
Well, I don't think we want to leave.
No, we don't want to leave.
Celine would look back the way they came go. Maybe we can cut through that narrow passage.
Maybe I could cleave a path with my sword through it. Let's try. So yeah.
I mean, I have my glaive. It's long range if you want to use it.
I'm more of a sword. So yeah, Bjorn will begin heading back up to the north, back to where that little cutout is. Yeah.
All right.
See if he can force his way through there, if possible.
So not wanting to backtrack, Celine and Rue mention, this goes many miles into the darkness from whence we came. I'm not sure we want to follow this path once again. We'd rather see what's up ahead. Bjorn and the others turn back around in agreement and decide to head further north from again whence they came, where this little narrow corridor is full of fungus. Take out your sword and start whacking away.
Basically, yeah, Bjorn will begin to cleave a path through if he can.
All right, go ahead and make either an attack roll or an athletics check, whichever you want. Anyone helping him out?
Sheppy's going to hang back.
All right.
Celine would be still offering her glaive to Bjorn, even though it is a sword. Her glaive is longer range, and if something were to try and strike, at least they would have a buffering between them and whatever's trying to attack.
Yeah, but I can't do that with a glaive. Yeah, Bjorn, whenever she would offer the glaive, Bjorn would kind of motion it back. You need your own armament here. I'll be fine.
All right. With a natural 20, critical success as you push your way through with ease, Bjorn. You push in about 5-10 feet. It gets really narrow. And again, no test required to squeeze through, but if you wish, you can push your way through to the other side, and the others can follow suit if you wish. Do you do so? You clear it out really well. All right. There you see what looks like a small stream running north and south. You can't see where it ends or enters, but it goes into this hole on both sides, the north and south. It just disappears. Looks like fresh water.
That's unusual.
Indeed, for a place like this to have fresh water. Odd.
Is there any different magic coming from this water?
No.
This area?
You're detecting magic. You don't detect anything, any new magic whatsoever here. There's nothing pinging right now.
Celine would move forward, and then she would kneel by the stream, kind of just lightly holding her fingers over the water surface to see if something might move out of it.
Yeah, Bjorn will head up to the northern section, see if he can examine that area.
Rue stays near Celine.
The water is clean. It's fresh. It's cool. It's very relaxing. Celine. Very unusual from where you've seen and been so far. Nothing like the stagnant water that lies behind you. You think to yourself, what a wonderful place to be, to relax. Away from the horrors of these vaults. So your friends say, or would say. Rue, you get the sense of peace here.
Is there anything moving around in the water?
Not that you can tell. Nice little stream.
Celine's gonna take the risk of slowly dipping her fingertips into the water.
Feels cool and refreshing.
Bjorn's going to head down to the southern point and see if he can stick his arm under the water with his longsword to see how deep or shallow the stream is.
It's easy to tell. It looks like it might be as much as a foot deep in certain spots.
Well, we can't swim it.
It doesn't seem to be any exits. I mean, the water the water's running north to south, and if you were to jump in and go with it, if you could fit, it goes into the rocks, is what I'm trying to say. All right.
Yeah, there's no passage.
Yeah, there's no real passage. Not sure you could fit through here, but definitely go somewhere.
How deep did you say it was?
Want to fill her in, Bjorn?
Yeah, Bjorn would relay. It's about a foot deep in spots.
Rue reaches into the water and cups a handful of it, brings it to his face to smell it, make sure it doesn't have any off smell to it, and then he'll taste it.
Tastes good. Feels safe. Give yourself a hit point.
Saying
If you need
that
one.
it doesn't affect Rue, Bjorn will actually take out his water skin and fill it up.
Okay.
Yeah, Rue does the same thing.
All right. Make a note that you have full water
Now-
jugs.
Now, did Bjorn move back up north with the rest of us, or is he still down south?
You're all kind of clustered together in this small chamber.
Okay.
Yeah, he's kind of to the south of the group. That's up to you guys. Where are you, Rue? Where are you, Bjorn?
I'm pretty close to that rock, this rock outcropping here. Just filled up the water skin and getting ready to push my way back through the fungi.
Rue's standing next to Celine, wherever she's at.
Celine, not fully satisfied because this doesn't feel right. She's gonna slowly lower herself into the water, and then she's gonna start looking around. Starting to feel the bottom if she can to see if she might find something. Because it just doesn't feel right to her.
As the others get towards the entrance, Bjorn ready to leave, you step into the water. It's wet. You sit down in the water. It comes up about 6-8 inches around you. It gets you all wet. You pause for a moment and think back to your childhood. How you used to play in the water and look into the sky and see the birds flying, wishing one day you would have wings. Feels good. It's very relaxing, although wet.
Would there be anything on the bottom maybe that she might find?
Some rocks, stones, water, weathered gravel and rock. That's about it.
Rue stands at the edge waiting for Celine to finish taking her impromptu bath.
It's very relaxing.
Yeah, Bjorn's going to look to Sheppy. Would you like a bath as well, Sheppy?
You might need one.
Say that again. Away there.
Yeah, Bjorn looked to Sheppy and asked if he wanted to take a bath as well.
You might
Bath?
need.
No, I'd rather roll in the fungus than take a bath. You kidding me?
Oh, come now, Sheppy. I see it's cool and refreshing.
Still doesn't
Chippy.
feel right.
He almost hissed at the thought of taking a bath. Never. There's something dead to roll in.
In a moment of something not Bjorn like, Bjorn's going to actually cut off a piece of fungi, dip it in the water, and sling it over towards Sheppy.
What is this? That mover? I need this. Chippy starts to walk back.
Yeah. Bjorn,
That water's getting really loud.
Yeah, let me see if I can turn that down. But yeah, Bjorn would then move with Sheppy out of the area.
Celine would get up back on the embankment, look back around, look back in the room, go, this just doesn't feel right. Why would this be blocked off?
It's getting quite annoying, Sheppy.
Chippy don't like it.
What was that, Dizzy?
Sometimes they're a safe place.
Yeah.
Celine would have gotten out of the water back onto the embankment, shake the water off, and she would have looked at Rue and go, this doesn't feel right. Why would this be blocked off? It doesn't make sense.
Well, let me clarify. It's not blocked off. It's very natural looking. If you ever seen underground streams, this is how they would go underground. There's nothing really unusual about it. It's very natural, in fact. You're kind of like in this little spacious bubble where you can see part of the stream. It's just flowing away.
Would make a good place for camp.
Indeed. We could barricade the entrance.
Celine's gonna look back at Bjorn and go, can we go look at that? I know this is gonna probably be a dumb question, but my curiosity refuses to let me alone until if we can go back and maybe see what killed that creature. If you're willing to go back.
Agreed.
Let's go. And Bjorn will begin to push his way back to the fungi, heading back to the dead lizard.
Okay, so you make a note on your map that this would be a good campsite, well defendable, and so on and so forth. And you push your way through the narrow opening. Back into the cavern. Let me get my sound levels back right here. You head back to the east this time, where you saw the carcass of a giant lizard. The room is just as you left it. Strange glow to this fungus that grows, and you see once again the carcass of this lizard.
Bjorn will step easily over to the carcass.
What are you doing, Chappy?
Sheppy is going to hug the wall to the north, keeping an eye on that hole. If anything pops out, he's going to blast it.
How about you, Celine? Rue, how about you?
Celine would be close, but not within striking range if something were to jump out.
Alright. So you're following Bjorn? Bjorn's going up to the lizard.
She would be.
Alright, Bjorn. Go ahead, Ro.
Is there a way to do a check to see how long the corpse has been dead?
Yeah, that would be a medicine check. Recall knowledge medicine check.
I'll do that with assurance as well.
Okay, describe how you're doing this.
Well, Rue steps up to it and looking for obvious signs of wounds, or if it was attacked by a predator of some type. Looking for is there obvious damage to it? How stiff the joint, the limbs are? Is the skin starting to rot? Things like that.
Okay, so that check would be blind. But anyway, as soon as you push your way through the fungus and you get to the lizard and you start your initial look over, whether you touch it or not, you all notice something. Sheppy, especially you. The ground begins to shake. In fact, the whole entire cavern feels like it's shaking. There is a rumble, but it's not coming from underneath. Something you felt before, Bjorn. But it feels like it's coming from the north.
Stand ready.
And suddenly, the stone right in front of you, Sheppy, where you're close by the north wall and you're watching the exits, or entrances, as you prefer, the wall you're next to in the north begins to shake and stones begin to fall from the ceiling right over your head. And suddenly the wall itself begins to fall apart. Bursting through the north wall, you see this large creature appear.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Its nasty, horrible, multicolored teeth. All right, let's put everybody. Whoops. Let's put everybody on the map here.
Kind of reminds me almost like a naked mole rat.
That's exactly what it is.
Sheppy, I'm going to put you right here. Is that okay?
Yeah, I guess so. No, it's not. I don't want to be there.
Well, you're up against the wall. You're going to have to back
I
up
know.
as the wall caves in. You want me to put you here?
Oof.
No, you can put me to the side. That's fine.
If you get initiative, you'll be able to react properly. That's up to you. But this is where you would be, as this thing bursts through the wall.
Sheppy's in the danger zone.
Yeah.
No matter what I am.
Celine, where were you? What do you think?
Celine
you
would have been
be?
close to looking at the dead creature, so she would have been on the opposite side of Bjorn.
Right there?
Right there.
Okay, you guys happy with that?
Yeah, I'm good with it.
All right, turn your light on, Bjorn, on your token. If it's not already.
Got it.
Okay, and I'll make this invisible. Get it out of the way. All right, so everybody's using perception, except Rue. Now, Rue, you were using your sneakiness, but I think that really isn't going to help you at this point. However, because you are trying at the same time to be somewhat stealthy with everything you're doing, if you want to use your stealth for your initiative, you can select that on your character sheet and roll stealth, a separate roll, for your initiative. So if it's better than your perception, maybe it's a good idea. But it won't really benefit you any other way. It's too lit in here. Although, now that I think about it, you are in... You have places to hide amongst these toadstools. I can actually use your stealth to actually hide. So, yeah. If you want to do that. Otherwise, just perception and you're not trying to hide.
We'll be doing that.
Perception?
Stealth.
All right. So make 2 stealth rolls. One is private. That's the one that's going to determine how hidden you are. And the other one is for your initiative, which is public, and so on. So give me 2 rolls. All right. Let me write
Thank
that
you.
down. Let me write that down. Now for your second roll, don't roll this separate. It's actually part of your initiative. Go to your character sheet, and where it says on the left side initiative, choose on the drop-down menu stealth. So that when I bring up the combat tracker, it will roll automatically your stealth, okay?
Got it set.
Okay, let me put you guys in the tracker. Yeah, I don't know what's up with Cooper. He just decided to start barking.
He needs to go out. That's his. I gotta go out. Bark.
Time is it 7:59? We'll have to take a break.
Yep. He's got to go out.
Okay, let me get
I
this
speak.
set up.
Cooper.
That's weird. For some reason, it didn't take my initiative, so I guess I'll have to do it again.
It's on the combat tracker. There it is. All right, ready to begin. Folks, we're going to take a short break as I do a little dog walking. To give you guys a chance to get a little bit refreshed before we come back to this, okay? So, 5 minutes. Sound good?
Sounds
Sounds
good.
good.
Sounds good.
All right, folks, we'll be right back.
Alright, you're good to go.
Right, here we are, folks. Part 2. Got the dog walked. We're all set for some combat tonight. This looks nasty. This giant, oversized, stone burrowing rat crashes through the north wall right next to Sheppy, who's last in the turn. The round, rather. He's also the closest. We'll see what happens. So as you're examining the lizard in this fungus, let me double check and make sure this fungus doesn't affect your movement. I might have it affect your movement anyway. Now, we're not going to have it interfere with your movement. It's a few big ones and a lot of little tiny ones. Not to mention where the lizard crushed in a bunch of it. So there's no effect on movement, so you're going to move your normal movement through here. However, you can attempt to use the bigger fungus as cover. You'll know the biggest fungus because they're on the map. So if you get behind it, you might get an armor class bonus for cover. You can also attempt to hide, which is an action to do so, or dive for cover rather. And you'll gain bonuses to your cover and your savings throws. Your reflex savings throws will get a bonus as well. So there is that. Or using stealth to literally hide. Now, Rue, did you use your stealth for your initiative?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and I wrote down your hiding stealth as well. So it might not even know you're there. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, so it bursts through. Bjorn, you're up first. What do you do as this creature explodes through the north wall?
Alright, as this creature explodes to the north wall, Bjorn jumps up and seeing Sheppy so close to the creature, Bjorn's going to run over and try to move Sheppy out of the way. So first action is going to be a move.
Stride.
And then I'd like to... Yeah, and then I'd like to try to push Sheppy backwards into the ravine if I can.
Alright, make a shove. That's against his what, fortitude?
What if I'm willing?
Well, use logic here. Would you be willing? You're kind of confused. I don't think you'd go either way. You don't know what he's doing. He's coming up behind you. I don't think you would know.
Alright.
So it's your fortitude DC is what he's rolling against. This will be public.
36. His fortitude is 17. So it'd be 27 on the fortitude.
Right. Did you beat 27 or greater?
Yep, 36.
Ooh, almost critical. So you got a success. You push your Sheppy back 5 feet. You can stride after it, but you must move in the same distance and in the same direction. So move him 5 feet down the tunnel.
And I'll take up the position.
All right.
And then for my last action, which I do believe shove counts as an attack, correct?
Yes.
All right, then for my last action, I will attack the creature. Here we go. That's a hit. Normal. So we got 21 points of slashing damage.
What is this? Slashing? Slashing?
Yes, sir.
Your sword attempts to cut deep into the flesh with a series of slashes and pierces. Although you damage it, it doesn't seem as effective at cutting the flesh. Your slashes are not as effective, but you did damage it. Now we're going to go on to Celine. hearing the battle cries of Bjorn as he rushes through the fungus field, pushing Sheppy out of the way and cutting into this beast. Celine, what do you do? Battle has broken out.
She'd already start to glow a very golden, almost whitish glow. I would say more golden than it would be whitish. And in her hand, she would start to see this, what looks to be like a ball of just pure light. And as she raises above her head, you start to see it form into this really long spear and shoots it at the creature as she is going to be casting both hands Divine Wrath on it.
Feel the wrath. You channel the fury of divinity against your foe. 40-10 spirit damage. Depending on their fortitude save. Alright, so fortitude it is. Let me make sure I'm not public. And the rays, although you hit the creature, it seems to almost bounce off the hide of this creature. It is unaffected. You have one more action. There's still time, Celine. It did nothing. Well, it did nothing. What do you do? What is this
Gonna cast
template?
guidance on Bjorn.
What is this template?
That was the area of effect.
Oh, this is an area of effect spell. But it only affects enemies. Okay.
Sorry about that, folks. I didn't mean to be muted when I said that.
Okay, guidance. Bjorn, you got guidance? Okay, we're gonna go
Got
to
it.
Rue. Rawr.
Rue will let out a roar as he rages. He'll take that step, and he'll make a surprise attack as he comes out of hiding. The creature will be off his attack.
Ah, so he's off guard. Nice move. Very roguish of you. I like it. How long does it last? Till the axe, I guess?
Just the first until it's the first attack, I think. Actually, the off guard is just for my surprise attack
Yeah.
because I have to act before he does. Once it acts, the off guard goes away.
39 with a 20.
That was a critical hit.
Let me double check. Let me check his armor class. So 39. And a
This
20.
is going to
Yes,
be a crap
that's-
ton of damage.
That's going to be a critical success. Congratulations on that. Be fruitful and multiply. 46. What do you
Nice.
34 slashing, 12 fire.
describe this flurry of scimitar blows?
As Rue lets out a roar of rage, his body is engulfed in flame. His rage and his anger showing itself in elemental fury. He bursts forth from his hiding space, slashing his scimitar across the creature's leg, and cleaving deep into flesh and bone, singeing skin and fur.
So your blow, slashing as it was far more impressive than Bjorn's strike. The silver etchings that run along your blade's edge perhaps helped, or perhaps didn't. You're not sure. The magic that fills your scimitar as well certainly helped. But yeah, you did some damage. But I don't know. Might have been able to do more. You're not sure why. You're done. You're going to move
I'm
on.
done.
So his off guard is gone now?
Yes.
That was really well done. That off guard move. Perfect. Let me see what your attack roll was. Yeah, it still would have been a critical. Very good. Guess what? The creature is next. It roars. The first thing it does is it lashes out. Give me a number between 1 and 6, Kyle. What'd you say?
5.
Well, that's exactly what I rolled. In case you want to see that, there it is. Anyway, he's going to make an attack on you, Bjorn. He's going to make a melee attack. With its claws, it strikes at you, attempting to rake your flesh. It's a critical hit.
By how much?
By a long shot. 44.
Yeah. Brave shield wouldn't help me.
Okay, so we're going to do some critical damage on Bjorn. See what else is going to happen here. 44 points of slashing damage. Okay. That's it for that attack. And you, Catman, you're also going to take a strike with a claw. These claws are particularly sinister. They look particularly nasty. Not a normal claw cuts across your flesh, Bjorn. And you, Catman. Armor class 40.
That's a crit.
That is a crit. Again, a claw rakes across you.
No, it's not.
Ooh! Okay, the ally is unharmed by your triggering damage. We'll take that once again. Well played, well played. It's got one more attack. This time it's gonna... Back on you, Bjorn. This time it's gonna attempt to bite you with its fangs, cut into you. Third and final attack. Ooh. Just hits. Do you have a reaction?
I just used it.
Oh, you did. It hits with a 28.
Just barely, but he used Glimpse of Redemption.
What?
I used Glimpse of Redemption. I don't have a reaction left.
Yeah. It rolled a 28. Now it's going to roll damage. In addition, I'm going to need a fortitude save.
I'll hear a point that. $33.
33 for the save. Where is it? Where is it? Where
And
is
if
it?
it's a success on the save, it's a critical success.
You succeeded. It is a critical success. So you're good. For now. Damage is 28 points. Slow
I'm
piercing.
down.
Was that crit?
Beat my AC by 1.
Oh, that's right. Wasn't a crit. It was normal damage. So you're dying 1. You collapse to the ground, your weapons dropping from your hand. You lay motionless, but alive. And it is done. We're going to go to Sheppy.
Okay. bring up those spells. Let me see what I have for my big bomb at the bottom.
Your big bomb?
Yeah, I got one level 5. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the Blazing Fissure.
Get ready, Celine. You're going to be up soon.
I'm ready.
A thin crack rips through the earth, erupting with magma, then swiftly seals up. Each creature along the line and on solid ground takes 46 bludgeoning damage and 66 fire damage with a reflex save. Failure, the creature takes full damage and it falls prone. So you're basically, boom, it's slamming on you. It's not sucking you up or anything.
Knocking it down.
Yeah, magma flying everywhere. It's just nasty. Okay, so is that what you're doing?
Yep.
The line is 120 feet. So how do you want to draw this?
That way. Not across Bjorn, but across, starting at hit square.
All right, here's what we're going to do. I'll allow you to draw this line east to west where it doesn't affect your friends nor you, but it will affect the creature. Rue is
like
right
that.
on the cusp of being affected by this, but he's not. You're just on the
Giant
edge.
fissure opens in front of him.
Yeah, probably freaking you out, Catman. Catman do.
Current state it doesn't.
Nope. Poor Bjorn, he probably falls in, takes some more dying damage. Ugh. His poor body. Spit out. No, you're okay. All right, so let's make this savings throw. DC 27.
Yep, reflex.
I'm going to make this public just for funsies because it's fun. 34. Success, which means the creature takes half damage. So roll your damage.
So it will take 13.
What is that,
Go
bludgeoning?
pro.
Bludgeoning.
Fire.
Bludgeoning
And
and fire. Bludgeoning and fire. Let me see. I gotta look at the details here. Fire was 13. They were both 13. Okay. No, I did that wrong. Whoops. Hold on. Yes, so this creature felt the full impact of your magic, sorcerer, as the fissure opens up and partially swallows him before it slams into and spits him out, and there's magma flying everywhere. You managed to dodge out of the way. You're well outside of it, Sheppy. You're okay, so are you, Rue. But the damage is done. You have one more action, Sheppy.
Does the creature get knocked prone? Or is it only if it fails it?
Only on a failure.
Gotcha.
It took half
All right,
damage.
do I have any focus points, Kyle?
Yes, you have 2.
I might have messed that up.
I'm
but
going to use an elemental toss.
Gotcha. Ew, that's a mess. You want to use a hero point?
Yeah, might as well.
That's a hit.
I just got it.
The creature will take an additional 29 points of fire damage.
Fire erupts all around his face and his chest, briefly igniting him. It screams in pain. You're doing some damage. Excellent.
All right, I'm done.
Round 2 begins. Celine?
As the group's fighting this creature, all of a sudden, the lighting in the area, it starts to go this dark blood red as people would start to hear this faint thumping of a heartbeat. And if they were to faintly at least glimpse out of the corner of their eyes, they would start to see Celine. Her appearance would start to morph. Like, if she had wings, they would turn from these beautiful feathery wings into these, like, twisted skeleton, like, devoid of any feathers. And just watch as she would rear her head back and just scream at this thing as she does painful vibrations.
Give yourself a hero point. Unless you're already maxed. I'll let you give it to somebody else if you're maxed. Just for tonight, I'm doing that, by the way. Well described. I liked it.
DC save is 27 fortitude.
One living creature, 100 feet. Powerful sound wave through your opponent's body, vibrating its bones and internal organs painfully. All right, let's make a roll here. DC 27. Let's make this public because it's fun. Fortitude. Ooh, you roll a 4 and still succeeded with a 29 total. Which means target takes half damage, and that's it. So what's your damage? What kind of damage? Sonic?
Sonic damage.
Ooh. Alright, it's gonna take full. Or half, sorry. No deduction. It begins to shake and it begins to quake. You can see it, Sheppy. Rue! This thing is taking a beating. Is that it, Celine, or do you got more? I think you got one action. Yeah, you got one more.
She's going to cast the same pulsing red color would start to form and crystallize around her, creating a magical shield around her, which will be the end of her round.
Shield? Do you have a shield? Yeah, drag that effect onto your character token. Okay. Shield immunity. Who gets that? Do you also drag that to you? Because you're immune to it now? I think so. Drag that on there too. Nope, it took it away. No, you got it. It's right. Alright. Well done. Gonna go to Rue.
Rue simply lays into this creature with a series of strikes from his scimitar, one after another.
Left, right, up and down.
Right, hero point that one.
Being such large size, he's not that agile. 27. That's a miss.
It still misses. So second attack.
If sweep and forceful, I don't think they kick into gear, do they, unless you hit?
Not unless I hit. I will.
Multiple
Heck of it.
enemies.
I'll hero point that one too.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh! You're 3 points under. So close.
No, and I'll miss.
19.
All 3 times.
All right.
On it.
Well done. It's what you do. It's what you do. So the scimitar is flying. You got him that one time with a crit. Just cut deep into him. And the rest of your flurry is unsuccessful. I'm going to go to Bjorn. You're going to make your roll. See if you go deeper into death.
Fail.
Okay, you're now dying 2. Plus you're wounded. You don't have any wounded. Okay.
Yeah, don't have any wounded yet.
All right, we're going to go to the creature. See what he does. Let's get a little creative. All right, Rue. It's going to turn its attention on you, and it's going to strike with its claw. Let's open this up. It's a 35. 26.
That will not quite crit. It'll hit me, but not crit.
All right, you're going to take a solid 28 points of damage. In its fury, its blow carries it through towards you and Bjorn, Sheppy. And its reach will in fact reach you. It's going to make a claw strike against you as well as its second attack, Sheppy. 40.
Yeah, that's critical.
Cuts into your small stature. Oops, I must have hit normal. 48 points of damage. Slashing. 48. And for its final move, it's going to push its way forward past you, Rue. This is a shove. It's considered an attack. So it's attempting to shove you. So it's going to make an athletics check against your fortitude DC. What is your fortitude DC?
So DC would be 28.
Scores a 29. I'll reveal that. So there's a solid 29. So you're pushed back 5 feet. We're going to put you over here. And it has to follow you. Which is right there, actually. Not far. Okay. It's done.
That trigger the attack of opportunity?
No. That's an attack, and the follow-up is just part of its attack.
Okay.
It's not considered a movement. So, Sheppy, you're next.
What are we doing, Jeff? Well, since I appear to have lost Jess, we will do...
I'm here. Sorry, I was muted. Let's do a level 3 fireball. And I'm going to aim it down the hallway so it just hits the creature, not my friends.
All right, put that in the chat. Let me look at it closely and see how this is going to work. Because he's a big boy. All right, fireball, 500 feet, 20-foot burst. Basic reflex. Now, you want to target beyond him down this hallway to the east. I'm going to be very giving with this. I'm going to say there's a 1 in 6 chance you can't see beyond him. You can't target beyond him during the combat.
Okay.
If that's the case, I'll let you do something else. All right, so you just can't get a clear eye beyond it. But it's only a 1 in 6, so I'm being fair here. I'll make this public so you can see the roll. So if it rolls a 1, you can't do it. 5, okay, you can target it. Goes down the hallway, and you can just catch him, and that's it easily. So, there is an eruption of fire. Look out!
That's
Look
trippy.
out! Look out!
That's trippy.
Roll your damage, and I'll make my save. I'll do this public.
It'll be 14 points.
What? Why is it
That was
so
a lot
low?
of twos.
Really?
Wish I could hero point that.
Yeah. Let's
Well, it's
roll.
only a second level slot.
Ah,
But
that's
you
why.
rolled a lot of twos.
All right, let's make the saving throw. We'll make it public. Gets a 27. Gets a 37. So critical success. No damage. You've
So
either
half damage.
critical success is no damage.
Oh, okay.
Success is half. Failure is full. Critical fail is double. So it manages to absorb and evade the fire and the damage that comes. Perhaps you shot it too far down the hallway. Well done, nonetheless. that
Okay,
it?
for my last action, I'll move back 5 feet.
But they're good.
Yep.
All right, looks good to me. We're going to round 3. Celine, you're up once again with a 32 in it. Awesome.
Can I do a knowledge check to see if this thing takes avoid healing?
Describe it for me, and I'll think about it.
While Celine's got this massage going on, she's studying it to see if, through magic that is currently around her, she's trying to see if maybe there might be a different glow about it, like perhaps something that feels unnatural
Okay.
outside of its appearance.
But can you describe what that looks like?
The aura around it would be this. She's trying to see if it would be like a dark
Okay.
color.
I'm asking you to describe what Celine looks like as she does this. That's okay. All right, go ahead and make your... Well, let me see what it is. Recall knowledge. You're going to make Arcana or Nature?
Going nature.
Or if you have a lore skill like Dwellers of the Underdark.
Rolling coming.
Okay. At first, it looks familiar to you. There's something like this you've heard about in stories and tales, but no, this creature, its head, its face, its eyes, which there are multiples of, it just doesn't click. It's some type of vermin creature, although albeit a large one. I'm not sure what it is, Celine. I have 2 more actions. You see, if you really described
two
what you
actions.
looked like well, I would have gave you a bonus on that.
Last 2 actions she's going to use to cast
Maybe.
Stabilize on Bjorn.
All right. What does that look like? No, go ahead. All right. Life energy returns. You lose the dying condition, though it remains unconscious at 0. You'll get the wounded condition 1. So make sure you have that. Beyond
Yep, I got it.
Okay. Well done. Well played. Rue, you're up next. This creature has forced you back into the toadstools.
Rue is still a fiery ball of fury here, and he's going to continue to wail on this thing.
That's right. You ignite into fire, right?
Yeah, well, fire surrounds him.
Thundercats. Oh,
We are
oh
hero
no.
pointing that.
Oh no. Oh, a 3.
Dice gods giveth, dice gods taketh away.
Switch your dice. Just switch them. No.
Nope.
So you got +9 on that attack total.
Yeah.
So you're rolling above average. That would be like,
I rolled a 15 on that.
yeah, 19 would be an average score for you. So actually your plus is a little bit low for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, multi-attack penalty.
That was my third attack, but yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be bad. All right. All right, you're done. We're going to go to Bjorn. You're unconscious, so there's nobody doing anything to wake you up. So we're going to skip you. We're going to go to the creature. It looks somewhat confused, although it's frenzied and badly injured. It's going to continue its push attack against Rue. So it's going to make an athletics against your fortitude DC, which is
28.
44. So it's a critical success. You push your opponent up to 10 feet away from you. You can stride after it, but you must move the same distance and same direction. So we're going to put you... straight back into there, and it is going to follow you to here. So it's now engaging Celine as well. And you get rebuffed by it, Celine, pushed back momentarily and almost fall with all the fungus that's underneath your feet. And then its next attack action is going to be the attack with a claw. This is going to be against you, Rue. It'll be its second attack. And he swipes across your chest. It's going to be a critical hit. 26 versus 36. Nothing you can do, so we're going to crit you.
Yep.
46 damage. Got 99. Boy, you got a lot of hit points. It's that rage that helps.
It helped out a little.
And let's see, its third attack is going to carry into you, Celine. So you're going to take a claw as well. This will be its third and final attack.
This thing hasn't missed once.
No.
It rolled horribly with a 20. That's going to miss you.
Finally.
By 4.
By 4, it misses as it stumbles forward. Sheppy, you're up next.
Let's take a look.
All is lost.
All right, I'm gonna give him a. There's a spell I never used. Let's cast slow on him. I'm gonna slow time on him. This fiery essence surrounds the beast and almost slows the time around it in a spear.
Fortitude will determine success here, so let's roll it. Let's see, fortitude it is. Seems to be pretty rugged. 38. So that's critical success.
Unaffected.
Yep, he's just too
right.
fortified.
For my last action, I'm going to pull a healing potion from my bag.
Okay, that's an action.
I'm done.
Okay, we're going to go to Celine, round 4.
Celine's gonna pull the dark energy that she has pulsing around her, starting to gather in her. It's almost like this ball of complete darkness, and then she's gonna shoot both hands out towards the creature as she casts a Vitality Lash on it.
Target is one creature that is undead or otherwise. So you cast this, 2 of your actions. And a lash appears and you're in the thin air above you. You come down like a chopping motion on this creature. And the lash just goes right through the beast as if it didn't even exist. Had no effect on him. One more action.
If she moves, does that give it an attack of opportunity?
Huh?
If she tries moving back towards where Sheppy is, does that give the creature a attack of opportunity?
If he has that ability, it does.
She'll attempt to move towards Sheppy then.
Okay.
Last action.
Rue, you're up. You're by yourself against this creature, mixed in with all the giant fungus.
If he's already angry, the sheer fact that his weapon is not going to get angry before. But he discovers that. He can keep trying, he can keep wailing off his thing.
Oof. Nope, missed by 2. Miss. Miss.
And miss. No effect.
Okay. There's other things you could try. I know you're in a fury and you're raging, you're doing what you should be doing. But keep in mind you could do things like trip, grapple, things that could debuff him or take him prone. There's other things that might work, maybe.
There are. I've thought about those, but the way the dice are rolling for me, and it being a size larger, I think I have just as much chance to hit it and do anything that way.
Maybe you can intimidate it. If you describe it in a unique way, very physical way, maybe you will scare it up. That's a choice too. All right, Rue is done. He's doing his best there, holding his own. Bjorn, you're still lying unconscious.
Yep, just lying here.
The creature is up. Celine, as you go to pull away and you approach Bjorn's body, this creature lashes out at you. Even though you're quite a distance away, it's still able to reach you with its claw. Cutting through the air with a 35. That's going to...
I think that might be a crit since she has a 24.
That's a crit. We're going to crit the cleric. "36 points of slashing damage. And as it spins about, it's going to continue its strike against Rue with its claw. 28.
That'll hit.
That hits. Damage is going to be 28 points. Slashing.
This will also activate the magic in my armor, and I'll heal myself for 3d8.
Trollhound Vest. The suit of +1 hide armor is sickly green and covered in thick warts and nodules fashioned from the hide of a troll hound and imbued with some of the beast's vitality. Wearing this armor gives you a -1 circumstance penalty to all checks made using diplomacy or interact with trolls, and a +1 circumstance bonus to diplomacy checks used to make an impression in communities traditionally plagued by troll attacks. Very specific. Activate is a reaction, which is how you used it, right? Trigger. You take damage from a melee attack while you have half or fewer of your normal maximum hit points. Excellent. Your body knits itself back together, healing you for another 3d8, which you rolled. Excellent. Give yourself a hero point. Well played. And for its final trick, it's going to stand up towards you, Rue. And it's going to go up on its hind legs. It sees your armor and its hideousness, but it tries to intimidate you back, and it howls and growls and gnarls, and you see saliva dripping from its maw. This is going to be a intimidation roll against your will DC. What is your will DC?
24.
It got a 4. It's not good at it. All right, so you're totally successful at that. And then we're going to go to the goblin. You're not intimidated, Rue.
As his flesh knits itself in front of the creature, he just kind of gives us this look like, "Is that the best you got?"
Yes. Go ahead, Sheppy.
All right, I'm going to make a 5-foot step into Celine Square, and then I'm going to dump the potion down Bjorn's neck.
Which
Heal.
one? Minor and a moderate.
Moderate.
Okay, roll it up. 20 points.
And then I'm going to...
Well, wait a minute. I'm gonna say that it took you an extra action to get the potion. You took one action to... Well, let me explain. Let me explain. Unless... This was in your backpack.
No, I already got it out, Kurt.
Yeah, but it takes 2 actions to get it out of the pack. Not one. It takes 2 actions to get it out of your pack. If you have it on your belt or in a pocket, it only takes 1 action. But if it's in your backpack, it's going to take 2. One to get to your backpack and open it up, and the second one to retrieve it.
I don't know if you remember, but...
So the last turn, you went into your backpack. This turn, you retrieved the potion, took a step, and dumped it down his neck. So there's your 3 actions.
All right, fine. I'm done.
Okay. Next. Round 5. See, it takes 2 actions to get out of your pack. I know you did it in the preceding turn, but you only spent 1 action doing it. Celine, you're next.
All right. Celine is going to cast Vital Beacon.
Cobra's the other rope bargain.
Doesn't say how many actions, so...
Takes 1 minute to cast.
Yeah, that's an exploration spell. That's no good here. I'll let you do something else. You'd know that. See the trait exploration?
I see.
Yeah, that means it can only be used in exploration turns, not encounter turns.
Going to do... Stay here. Two action spend, I'm going to be doing Forbidden Ward on Bjorn. Last action, going to cast Guidance on Rue.
Okay, remember that you have to sustain that, okay?
I
Right.
remember.
Otherwise, it's useless. All right, you're done. We're going to go to Rue. Catman. Catman Rue.
It's bound to work sooner or later. I'm gonna keep wailing on this thing.
Oh. Got him. Normal hit. $19 slashing.
13 slashing, 6 fire.
Yeah, I need to know this. Five, six, seven. Oh, it's just a fixed number for the fire damage? Yeah. Okay. Alright, so... Yeah, you did some damage there, particularly with the fire. He seems particularly in pain from the flames. Slash wasn't as effective, you don't think? Miss.
Alright, slash it again. For his third one, oh, never mind. For 2 round actions. For his third one, he's going to just hit it again. And miss again.
Alright, so Rue's done. We're gonna go to Bjorn. Now you're conscious now. You're still wounded, but you're conscious. You could pick up your weapons, stand up, and fight.
Okay. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll over, grab the longsword, stand up. So that'd be 2 actions, and then last action I'm going to move over and get ready.
Well, you're still within range of where you were at. Right at the corner.
But he gets flanking in this situation,
Mm-hmm.
making him debuffed.
Every little bit helps.
Right there, he is off guard. Smart move, Bjorn. Smart move. He's next, and we'll see if he targets you. Where's Celine? Oh, you're in the same square as Sheppy. Now, as long as you're in the same square, your armor class is going to be penalized. You're like off guard. So you're going to both be off guard. So your armor class is -2. Keep that in mind as you share this square. You guys are looking pretty bad. All right, Rue, you're up first. It's going to attempt to hit you with its claw. Ooh, it was almost a roll of a 4. Could have made a difference. 39. That's a critical.
He's 26, so it's a crit.
It's a crit. Here we go on Rue. $46 points of slashing damage.
We'll see if it makes a difference. This will trigger my armor again.
It's 38. 38 total points.
You take the 8 off. So there wasn't enough to counteract what I would have lost. So Rue is actually unconscious.
Are you dying?
He'd be dying one.
All right, let me see. He did 46 damage. Your armor. All right, wait a minute. 46 damage.
Armor healed 8, so I would have taken 38 points of damage. Oh, actually, that was right at 0.
All right, we'll assume it comes right off the damage that I dealt. So what was the total? 38?
That would have put me right at 0.
38. So he took 38 points damage. I don't know what I'm calculating this for. It was still a critical hit. So you're going to be dying 2. You're dying 2 with a critical hit. All right. Then it continues its attack onto you, Bjorn. Actually, no. It's going to go this way, and it's going to hit Celine. You're up next. Actually, give me a number between 1 and 6, Jesse.
What'd you say?
Pick a number between 1 and 6. This is to see if it's Celine or the goblin that gets hit by this next claw.
6.
6, so evens. If this comes up evens, it's going to hit the goblin. Evens. It's going to hit the goblin. Oh no. Oh no. Alright. It's its second attack. Claw. Armor class. It's 26, 35. It's not crit.
That's not anything.
Ah. You tricky man.
Glimpse of redemption.
Alright, you
Goes
saved
within
Sheppy.
15 feet.
Okay, you saved Sheppy. And its final claw attack will carry on through to Bjorn. This will be its third attack. Here we go, Kyle. Kada bing, kada boom. 29.
Hit, not critical.
All right. $21. Oh!
Dying 3.
You had 20. All right, so you collapse to the ground. You're now... You're dying 1
3.
plus your wounded condition. So you were wounded 1, so you're dying 2. Right. And that's it. We're going to go to Sheppy. You're next. As this claw cuts through the air, it cuts you, draws some blood, but somehow, through some magical mystery or whatever, you don't feel damaged. Almost like the claw went through you.
Yep.
Okay, you got your full 3 actions. Do whatever you want.
How damaged does this thing look?
Badly injured.
Yeah, it's pretty beat up.
Alright, let's see what I got. Alright, let's do a level 4 fireball like I did before, aiming down the hallway.
You don't have any more level 4s, bud, but you got 1 5th level.
Oh, a third one. I'm sorry. Oh, I do have a 5th.
Do you want to use the 5th?
I'll use that Fisher again. I got one more. This time I'll angle the line through him.
I'll let you do that, because he is bigger than Bjorn, so you can do it in such a way that it'll just catch the outside of him. You can do that.
Okay, make your
And it won't affect Bjorn. That's some precision stuff. But I'll let you. It's all good. It's heroic. Come on, Jesse. Get a good roll. Here we go. Actually, it's Kyle.
You make a bad roll.
Come on, Kyle. It's all or nothing. Look at all those dice. 26. 26.
Bludgeoning and fire.
Oh, this is Blazing Fisher again. I was thinking Fireball. Wait a minute. All right, yeah, you could easily catch him and nobody else. It's a line. So it's 5-foot squares straight down to the corner of the... Down here, actually. You could do it. Yeah, and it would only affect him. He's so big. Yeah, that's no problem. All right, so he's got to try and avoid some damage here. He's got to make a reflex save, 27. Make this public so we can all enjoy. 35.
So they'll take half damage.
37. Yeah, that's a normal success. So half damage. And he rolled 26.
Yeah,
Right.
some of it's fire.
Yeah, you got 16 fire, 10 bludgeoning.
Okay, that's not going to matter. So he's going to take the full 26 in this case. Rears up in pain. So once again, this fissure opens up under him and slams him, and molten lava splashes everywhere. Look out! Look out! Celine! Okay, well done. Give yourself a hero point, Chevy.
Thank you.
Celine, you're up.
Wait a minute, I got one more action. I gotta move.
Okay.
Move me back 5 feet.
Right there, good.
Okay.
Looks good.
Okay, Celine, you're up.
Using 2 actions to cast Stabilize on Bjorn.
Okay. Come back to us.
And going to be sustaining guidance. Well, actually, since he's down, I can't do that.
Yeah, he's unconscious. Be aware, he's wounded too. If he gets critted, he's basically dead, unless he dies at 5.
I do have Die Hard.
Alright, then you're safe against the crit. For a round. You've been savaged.
Last action, she's going to cast. Well, she already hit. Yeah, she's going to cast heal on shield on herself.
Okay, cantrip. This aura surrounds you. You could use that for a shield block, remember? To absorb some of the energy. It destroys the shield, but you can shield block with that.
And you'll take 5 less damage if you do that.
Okay, Rue. It's a long, hard battle. The sweat is pouring off your head, even amongst the flames that seem to feed on your very fluid. What do you do?
Rue's gonna lay there and try not to die.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm sorry. You're laying dead. You got a success. So that means you are dying 0.
Dying 1. He critted me out of dying 2.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I'm at dying 1.
Okay. Let me see something. When did you go down before? Because it says you wounded 1.
Last round. You critted me, which is why I was dying too.
Yeah, but did you go down prior to that?
No.
Why are you wounded 1? You only went down once.
It automatically added it to me too.
Did it really? Maybe that's
Yeah.
the way it works. I never did it that way. The first time that you go down to dying 1 or whatever, the first time you go down, you're not wounded until you're raised up again. When you're raised up again, stabilized, then you're wounded. So the very first time you go down, you're not wounded. If it's not that way, that means you could die a lot quicker, even when it's the first time you've been put down. I didn't do it that way. So, what did we do for you, Bjorn? Did we take that wounded away, that initial one?
No, I'm still wounded too.
All right, we'll keep it on Rue then. We'll have to reread that after the game and see if that's how it works. In other words, let's say you're going into the combat for the first time. You're fresh, you're not wounded, you're nothing. You get hit, boom. It doesn't matter if it's a crit or a normal. Boom, you get hit. You're taking 0 hit points. You're dying 1. You shouldn't also be wounded 1. Wounded 1 comes when you become stable.
Right, but as the description states, the first sentence is you have been seriously injured.
Yeah. Again, we'll have to look at it after the game.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. All right, so you're done, Rue. We're going to go to Bjorn.
I'm stable. Nothing I can do.
You're unconscious again. All right, it's the creature. It turns its attention towards the goblin and the cleric, seeing no movement from the other characters. It's going to reach out. No, it's going to rush forward towards you, Celine, and it's going to attempt to shove you back into the hole. So what is your fortitude DC?
$25.
So that's a critical success. You're going to go back towards Sheppy 10 feet. Let me move you. Right there. And up against the wall. It doesn't pursue. But it is going to launch a claw. Now this second attack is going to be on either one of you. So give me a number between 1 and 6. Dizzy.
3.
Odds, it's on Dizzy. Evens, it's on Sheppy. A claw reaches towards Sheppy's body. This will count as its second attack. 16.
Yeah, that's critical.
37.
Yeah, that's critical. AC 24.
46. Oh,
Steps down.
he drops to dying 2 from the crit. Now, did it give him wounded? Let's look at this.
No, it did not give him wounded, but it gave me and Ted wounded.
You know what? You and Ted reduce your wounded by 1. I think, Bjorn, yours should be 2. I think we took care of that before because you said you were wounded 3 and you weren't. I think we already changed yours, but Ted...
Well, I went down, then got back up, so I would have only been wounded 1 this second time I went down.
All right, put yourself at wounded 1. And Rue, you don't have any wounded yet. That's the way I've always done it. Maybe I'm wrong. But take that away. Alright, so Sheppy's down. He's not wounded, but he's dying too. First time he went down. And alright. His last attack is going to be on Celine. Needs a 24. 24. Is there anything you can do, Celine?
That's a hit.
It's going to be 20.
Good shield block.
Oh wait, that's right. God dang it.
So 24 points. Then you use your shield block. That'll absorb how much? 5? 5, right? So you're 19 points of damage. And your shield is gone. Unless there's a die roll with that, I don't know, but this looks good enough to me. Alright, so shield block. There you go. And fortunately for you, it doesn't have any more attacks. It's done. We're going to go to round 7, and it's Celine. How do you respond? You're the only one standing right now.
She's gonna reach down, grab Sheffy if she can. And then she's gonna bolt.
Alright, where? Towards the lake? Where do you want to go?
She's gonna drag him to... let's see here. Right there.
I'll let you move all the way in for all your actions. With Sheppy.
And that'll be it.
Because you're dragging him. So let's put Sheppy in there as well. Bunk. So with 2 hands, you begin to stumble backwards. You fall down and you get back up and you pull the little goblin. Move him with more rapid as you get along. You slip up into this area where the little stream was running. You pull his body over to the shore. And that's all your turn. Rue, you're going to make a die roll. See if you die. Success. I think you stabilize. You do. Now you're wounded 1. Alright. Next we're going to go to Bjorn. He's going to make his roll.
She cast stabilize on me.
Oh, okay, so you're already stable. So you two are both unconscious. Everything is black. You hear nothing. You feel nothing. So let's hold on to this for a minute. Let's go back to Celine. Now, Celine, you pull Sheppy into the cavern. You're surrounded by darkness. Now, I allowed you to get in here. There's no light. It's pitch black. There might be a little bit of the glow coming from the fungus, but that's about it. I don't know if you can actually see. Can you see?
Faintly.
Faintly? Okay, we'll leave it at that. But you feel the peace of the running water. So with Sheppy, what do? You hear crashing around coming from the battle scene. There's still that creature screaming in anger. Its viciousness. But what do you do right now?
She's already casting stabilize on Sheppy.
You want to do that? All right, go ahead.
Last action, she's going to place a hand over his mouth, and then she's going to place a hand over hers and just try and be as quiet as she can.
That's all I needed to know. So, what you can do is make a stealth roll. Blind. And I'll write it down. Sheppy has
Roll on
triggered
switch.
numb to death.
Yeah. That's what I just saw. It says that when you are dying, you regain additional hit points equal to your level, and neither gain the wounded condition nor increase the value of the dying.
Frequency, once per day. This is done during combats, of course. Your past is left you numb to death's call. The first time each day that you regain hit points while you are dying. Did somebody give him hit points?
No, she just removed the dying condition.
Oh, well, this doesn't kick in then. Well, maybe it does. The first time each day that you regain hit points.
I don't think it does because it says the creature remains unconscious at 0 hit points.
Alright, here's what we'll do. Don't give him wounded. Take that away. Give him some hit points. Equal to whatever that does. Now, I'm not sure this is the way it works, but this is the way I'm going to do it. At least for now. Okay, so it's going to apply to this. Something tells me it doesn't apply to this because he's instantly stabilized. He didn't gain hit points. He's just unconscious. And it applies each day that you regain hit points. He didn't. But I'm going to give it to him this time. All right, so he's not wounded. He gained some hit points.
Yeah, equal to your level, so 9 hit points.
All right, we'll leave it at that. So he's now conscious as well. So as you're trying to be quiet down there, Celine, keeping yourself quiet, you feel Sheppy suddenly begin to move. He begins to make motion. Your hand immediately goes over his mouth. We'll assume that's what's going on here, okay?
Yep, that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to keep herself and him quiet.
Excellent. I'm feeling benevolent tonight. So, as you wait, we're going to go back to the battle scene. And let's start with Bjorn. Go ahead and make your... Well, you're stable, right? You're both stable.
He is due, but he had to step away for a second.
All right. All right, so here's what's going to happen. This is very important. We're going to do this out in the open in public. All right, somebody might die here. I want Kyle and Rue to roll a flat d20. You want to roll as high as possible. So Rue, go ahead. When Kyle gets back, let him make that roll. Rue gets an 18. That's going to be a tough one. For Kyle. Think you guys needed Rachel tonight?
I think it would have been beneficial.
Yeah, another fighter. Okay, Bjorn, this is really important roll. I'm having you and Rue roll a flat d20. You want to roll as high as possible. He got an 18.
Can we hero point it?
No.
I get a 9 then.
Well, yeah, I'll let you both. If you want to use a hero point, you can do that. I gave him for a reason, so yeah, if you both want to do that. Rue, do you want to use a hero point?
I want to follow the rules of blackjack, and I'll stick where I'm at.
Okay, Bjorn, you used one. You got a 10.
I've got one better.
All right. Make a fortitude save, Bjorn.
Who?
Bjorn.
$31.
Okay, here's what's going to happen. The creature, seeing the threats are gone, it starts to sniff the air. First, it looks towards Rue. But it turns more towards Bjorn. And it begins to approach Bjorn's body laying unconscious. It sniffs. It salivates. And suddenly it opens its maw and clamps down upon your chest with its teeth. It's going to be a critical hit. And you will take 62 points of damage. That probably kills you instantly. But make a fortitude save. DC is 32. Nasty saliva.
Not good enough.
Nasty saliva. And let's see, what did you get?
Oh, wait a minute. I actually have another hero point.
Go ahead. Tell me what you get.
30.
Okay. Right. 8 points of poison penetrates your body. You're also slowed 1. But you're going to go immediately to dying 2. Plus you're wounded.
Yep. Dying 3.
Now you take some damage from the poison. That's going to drop you to dying 4. Do you die at 5?
Yes.
Okay. At that stage, it begins to drag your body. You wouldn't know this. Into the darkness. So let me put the torch on the map for you, Kyle. So let's come back to Dizzy. Dizzy and Jesse, you're awake now, Jesse, at this stage. You hear crashing around in the other room and then silence. As you both
Just had to step out.
as you both sit here quiet, laying in the darkness. What do you do, Celine?
Celine's slowly gonna creep her way out of the room.
What do you think, Jess? What do you think Sheppy would do? Honestly, what do you guys think he would do? He just comes to from facing death. Not sure where he is, but he recognizes the chamber, sees that Celine is calming him, saying, "Be quiet. We must be quiet." What would Sheppy do? Honestly.
I would imagine probably hide. Probably hide, stay quiet, and
You probably hide, stay quiet until it's safe to build a fire, then bail out.
teleport out. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he might do that too. Be quiet anyway. What do you think, Dizzy?
I mean, right now Celine is... She's just gonna try and move to where she can at least get a glimpse of what's going on in the room, but not where the creature will know she's there.
Okay. So by the time you guys start skulking out, where are you, Celine? Where'd you go? Where's your token? Oh, there you are. You're out there. You would return. Back to the chamber where the battle was being fought. Sheppy can see in dark vision. I think you can see the room because it glows. The only body you see, well, the bodies, is that of the lizard. And laying atop this dead lizard is Rue. Bjorn's weapons lie on the ground where he was last seen standing. But his body is nowhere to be found. What do you do?
Make a new character.
Dizzy, what do you do?
Can Celine at least see where the body was dragged?
Tell me what you're doing. Don't ask me if you can do something. Just do it.
She's looking around for Bjorn to see where his body was dragged.
Okay, as you step into the chamber and look down the tunnel where the creature had initially came, you don't see anything. You see a piece of cloth ripped. And you hear in the distance an echo of a dragging sound. At this point, Sheppy would come up behind you, peering down the same hole in the ground. Look here, on the ground! And he reaches down to pick up the piece of cloth. It's Bjorn! The creature took him! What do we do, Celine? At this point, you both hear a breath, a heavy breath coming from behind you. And you both turn around, I imagine, but you'll see that Rue is still alive. Be a perfect segue for the dwarf brothers to arrive. Arthurian and Cadwin.
I'm doing some thinking.
It's down to you, Dizzy. You're the only one left here. Sheppy runs over towards the Catman. He's a strange one, but I'll take a look at him. He rushes over, pushing his way through the fungus and toadstools. He gets to the body of Rue. He's still alive. We need to get him out of here. Celine, help me. I can't pull him. He's big. He's barely moving him through these toadstools.
Yeah, like Sheppy's really raunching at this point.
So what do you do, Celine?
Celine would make her way over and help drag him out.
Okay. No checks required. Now, I imagine you'd head back towards the little river. Is that where you want to go, Celine? I'll leave this to you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll leave Bjorn's weapons behind. And we'll get you guys in there. All right, so, Rue? At this point, as you're being drugged through this cavern, you do actually come awake. We'll say you come awake after you've reached this little stream, so you are now conscious. Give yourself a hit point. I'm going to give you a hit point. You barely We're going to drop out of the encounter.
He'll kind of grunt and groan as he comes to, and thank the two of them for dragging him out of there.
So, yeah. I'll put the torch in here with you so Kyle can see what's happening. Alright, and silence returns from this fatal encounter that you somehow managed to survive. So at this point, if you want to have some healing going on, I advise you to do that. You're in a good defensible position. But don't dilly-dally too long. Something's going to come your way if you don't decide what you're doing.
She's gonna start working on healing.
Okay. Go for your die rolls. Medicine checks or potions or whatever you want to use. Same thing with you, Rue. If you have anything that can help yourself or your friends, now's the time to do it.
Yeah, unless I can treat wounds on myself, it's really
You can.
treat wounds on himself.
Okay. Make your die rolls. Do your addition. I'm going to mark off some time while you do that. And Kyle, it's time for a new character. You do not.
Working on it now.
You do not. Bjorn does not return from the darkness. So, I think we handled that okay, right? It really did come down to okay. You're both lying here unconscious. Who's it going to drag off? That was the flat 20 you made. Overrolled lowest. That was going to be the one. And then I rolled the dice for the bite attack. And they began feeding and dragging you off. And you might return.
Sheppy would get 19 health points back.
Rawr.
Got it.
And then she'll try and heal Rue with medicine checks.
Jeez.
Rue's getting 16 health points back.
How are you?
And then pretty much Sling will be bouncing back and forth between Sheppy and Rue, healing them both back up.
Alright.
So Rue has a healing potion. He'll go and down that.
How are we looking?
I have to use both of them like that. That's all I can do. Will attempt a medicine check on Celine.
20. That's 46. Mark off some time. Get your bone.
Shippy would be getting 23 points back.
Kyle, just take over for Sheppy for now.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
All right. Don't worry about
Celine will get back.
our 30 in yet.
4. What I can do.
You get to do Sheppy's voice for a while.
Yeah, I can't go that low.
You've done it. You've done it. Ooh, 1.
Hero pointing.
Remember, the medicine check is once every hour. The person you perform it on is immune for an hour unless you have that feat that cuts it down. It takes 10 minutes to do the check. When you're all done, let me know.
I have healing hands, battle medicine.
Battle medicine is for in combat. You wouldn't use it now. That's a once per day thing anyway. It lets you do a treat wounds check during encounters, like during the fight, because normally you can't do that.
And that's all she can do for now since they haven't slept.
Okay. Let's see what you're at. Alright. You all good with that?
As best as I can for now.
Is anybody without hero points?
I've pretty much spent up all of my.
I have 1.
Alright, if you got at least 1, you're fine.
Chappy's got all 3 left.
Does he?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course.
Yeah. Alright, so some time goes by, maybe a good hour or so, where you're sitting in here with these calming waters, you're healing, you're bandaging up, drinking potions, calling upon your gods to heal us. You don't hear any noises outside the chamber. You seem safe for the moment. It's too narrow for something to squeeze through here like that creature, you think to yourself. But you have some respite here. Oh, 57, 18, 19.
We'll take a position and enters the room and kind of just stand guard.
So you got 5 more hours before you can sleep. I thought it was 5 before. Anyway, 5 more hours before you can sleep. As tired as you are. As wounded as you are. What would you like to do in this chamber? So, Sheppy, Celine, Rue, you could, it's up to you, but you could sit here for the remaining 5 hours and then sleep for 10 more. Or you could try and get out of here and escape. Maybe head down towards the lake to the south. on the shoreline. Grab that boat and get the hell out of here. Or you could take some risks and look for Bjorn's body. Or whatever else you can think of.
The camp to stay and fortify this place and then rest.
Ryu's up for fortifying this position and getting some rest. We're in no condition to face anything out there.
Okay. You in agreement, Celine?
Yeah.
All right. So, how do you fortify this place? What does that look like, Rue?
Well, I gotta imagine we'd be kind of getting rocks and stuff to make like a little barrier there.
Yeah, or at least narrow it even more than it already is.
Yeah, like make it so narrow that nothing can get by it.
Okay, guess that's it. Block it up with some rocks and some pebbles as best you can. Sit around and wait for 5 hours, then rest for 10. So 15 hours are going to go by. You know what that means. Time to make some die rolls. All I need to know is who's on first, second, and third watch.
Ryu will take first and third.
Chapt will take third if Rue will let him.
Yeah, he can join.
So let's say Rue, Celine, and Sheppy. All I need to know is the first three, and then it'll repeat. Well, I only need to know the three. So it's going to take roughly 8 to 10 hours. I'm going to say 10. Okay. The first 5 hours go without incident. You're still awake. At that point, you all agree, it's time. We need to get some sleep. I'll take the first watch, says Rue. And you try and make yourself comfortable. I assume everybody has sleeping rolls? Little...
Yep.
Yeah, bedrolls? Okay, that's good. You all have to take your armor off. So there's no armor allowed while you're sleeping. So for the next 10 hours, you have no armor. Keep that in mind. Unless you're on watch. If you want to put your armor on, we'll assume you have your armor on during your watch, if you have any. Okay?
Can I do something real fast?
You can do something real fast. We're not sleeping yet.
Sheppy's gonna take his robe off and go dip his feet in the water for a while.
Okay.
I love you, Jess. I love you.
He's not
Please
gonna
don't
like
beat
that.
me too much, Jess. Please.
This water isn't so bad after all. He starts picking at his toes. It's not a pretty sight. Okay, and alright, so Rue, you're gonna have the first watch. and it goes without incident. Occasionally you hear what sounds like an echo, but you play it off as just water dripping in the distance. You move over and you wake up Celine for her turn on the watch as Rue prepares to sleep. What are you doing, Celine, for your watch? Are you anywhere in particular, or are you... any precautions you're taking?
She's just sitting next to the entrance with her glaive close by and just being absolutely silent.
All right, there's no light in this chamber. I mean, briefly you could produce some flame or something and have a little light, but it's dark so far. Sheppy can see perfectly. There's a little glow coming from the fungus, we'll say. During your watch, you hear something that you would think would wake the others, but it doesn't. You hear sniffing. And it's loud, and it's coming from the east corridor, you're sure. But it might even be from the south corridor. But somewhere. It's loud. You hear footfalls, as if a foot was dragging and then slapping against the stone surface. What do?
She wouldn't wake the others. She'd stay quiet herself and listen to see if see whatever is making that noise continues to go by.
Blind stealth roll, please.
It's what.
The sounds get louder. The sniffing gets louder. It's getting closer, Celine. You hear it. As you're peering down the opening over the glow of the fungus, you see it once again. You can make it out. It's really difficult, but you know what it is. It's that creature, and he's sniffing. And it begins to stop moving, and you can see its shadowy form taking up the mouth of this entrance. It's maybe 15 feet from you, and you can see its head starting to move into the corridor itself. You lay quiet. And suddenly it growls. You could feel its breath on your face. It senses you. What do?
Well, I guess we can't stay silent forever, so she wakes both Rue and Sheppy up and she says, "Guess what? This sucker's back."
Sheppy's dropping the fireball. He's not even going to get up out of the bed. He's just going to roll over and flick his hand, and away we go.
All right, we're going to... Everybody roll initiative. Let me put you in there. Where is Rue? I can't find his token.
It's in the short part of the hallway there.
So I want everybody to roll initiative. Put you in there. And Agatha, you could use, you could use stealth. Everybody else, perception. Let me roll for Ted. All right, Sheppy.
Not let me roll.
I got you. You're good. Sheppy, you're good. You're up first. What does he do?
He's going to attempt a Scorching Ray. 2 action against the creature.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going to do that. I can't see the creature to target it.
It's okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
We're doing this one blind.
Yes, we are.
36.
Okay, that's going to hit. And we're going to do some damage.
Alright, so we got... yeah, wow. 7 points of fire damage
What was this?
on that
Level 2.
guy.
Level 2 spell. It lets out a scream as fire just explodes inside of this little funnel-like opening. And suddenly you hear it start to scamper off into the distance, screaming in pain. It was obviously already injured. And then you pause. You don't hear it. A full minute goes by. Nothing. The flames have died down. The scent, the smell of burnt flesh fills the air.
I'll be back for you, creature. The best Chapt impression you're gonna get.
What do you do? We're not in an encounter mode per se. Your initiative doesn't matter at this stage. What do you do?
Celine's gonna rebuild what barrier they had, and she's gonna look at the other two, and she goes, "Go back to sleep. I'm gonna do my shift still." And then she's just gonna sit back down with her glaive and just remain there until her shift was over.
I guess wake me up when it's my time. And Chapt goes to lay back down and suck on some fish bones he brought with him.
Okay. I deduct an hour from that. Because it was very brief. So Celine, you continue your watch. Nothing else happens. Sheppy's up for the final watch. And, well, midway through Sheppy's watch, there is a scream that fills the air. In fact, I need everybody to make a... what is the roll for that? Waking up. I can't remember. Is it a perception? There is a roll for waking up.
Yeah, I believe it's perception.
Yeah, everybody make a perception except Sheppy. I want to see if you wake up. Yeah, let's see what the DC would be. Okay, you all wake up and hear this loud scream followed by a thump. You also hear some grumbling afterward, some voices. Can't really make out the words, but it's off in the distance. Is there anything you do as an immediate reaction to this?
Pull his armor on.
Start putting your armor on?
Chapt will stand ready. And with that, I do have to bow out of here and get ready for work in the morning.
All right. Well, how we'll leave this is... well, we'll leave it at that then. So in the distance, you hear just what I described. A thump, some mutterings, a screech, and you've all woken yourself up. Now, you're not fully rested. I'm not going to let you do that unless you get some more sleep. You still got about 2 hours left. So what we'll do is I really need to know what you do right now.
Chapt will stand ready with another spell in case something comes peeking its head in.
Okay. All right, we'll fast forward this. You hear footsteps, and it's coming in your direction. You hear voices, but they're quiet, as if they're whispering. They're coming closer and closer. You see a light briefly flicker and then go black once again. Now, I assume you guys are in the dark, right?
Correct.
Okay, Sheppy is the only one who can actually see. I'll assume he's actually looking down the corridor. All of a sudden, passing by this little hole, one of the images passes by. The second one, you don't see, but you hear some more muttering. Sheppy sees humanoids, slightly bigger than goblins. What do you do, Sheppy?
Sheppy will relay that to the group. I'm going to try to do this. Sheppy will look and he'll kind of whisper to Rue and Celine. You smaller humanoid figures, not much taller than me. They look nasty.
All right. Kyle, do you want to bring in Arthurian?
I got to bow out for the night, but yeah, we can.
I just want to know if you want to bring him in.
I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking on that one still.
Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to end the session there. You still need a couple hours of sleep. There's 2 humanoids outside of the chamber. Now, since the game is over, I'll tell you right now, Kyle, this is your chance to bring in your new character. I'll tell you the situation if you want, when we get to it. Now,
Okay.
I also need Rue. Your situation is going to be a little different. Your character is also going to be coming in, the dwarf, Cadwin. How you want to handle that is up to you. In the next session, I will fill you in on the story that brought these 2 dwarves to your cave entrance, as it were. So, but it really comes down to you, Kyle, if you want to bring him in. It doesn't have to be Arthur, and it could be somebody else that's with Cadwin, okay?
Okay. Yeah, I'll do some strategizing in Foundry this week.
Yeah, that's a little meta conversation there. But anyway, that's the encounter outside your doorway. Are they friends? Could they really be? Or is it just an illusion by the DM? False hope, perhaps. Maybe not. We'll see. All right, folks, we're going to cut it short here. Kyle, thanks for playing. It's great having you once again. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, always fun to play with the fam. I mean, I've played since episode 5, and I've got to see a lot of the characters kind of transform and really come into their own here. Sucks to lose one, but you know that's part of the game. Bjorn went out the way that he was supposed to, trying to protect everybody. So I'm happy with that. And now we're going to move on to the next one and see how far I can get with him. This particular level's been pretty nasty to me the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, 2 characters went down.
Yeah, 2 characters within 250 feet of each other. I'm serious. Honorian down there, and then Bjorn up here.
Yeah, I think it's less than 250. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Count up them squares. Ouch. But you're good.
That's a measuring stick on this here.
Yeah, there you go.
Real quick. 200 feet.
Is it really? Wow.
200, yep, 205 feet.
Wow.
So they died in 205 feet of each other. So
Well, another little fact for the campaign to write down.
yeah. I was kind of curious myself because I was like, wait a minute, Honorian died way back there. Let me, But yeah, I mean, it happens. Like I said, it sucks losing a character, but that gives me a chance to tinker around with a new.
Sure it does. You put up a good fight. You took it well. So thanks for that, Kyle.
It was a good fight, just at the end of the day, just wasn't good enough.
Yeah. These creatures are nasty. What about you, Dizzy? What'd you think? Did you enjoy this? I know you're sad. What's going on, Dizzy?
I am just at a loss for words right now. I mean, I really don't want to know what to say at this point. Because my expectations did not go this way, so I'm just at a complete loss for words, so I don't know what to say.
It's happened before. I've had Sheppy and Althea run for their lives, leaving the others behind. This happens. I don't think you were there for that. Pineapple! Yeah, we haven't heard that in a while, I said to Kyle before the session. Maybe that should have been screamed. Pineapple, of course, is the secret code for run amongst the companions. But it was a good thing you pulled Sheppy out of there. That was a smart move to make. Can't win every battle. Sometimes you just gotta run to survive and keep hope alive. So nothing wrong with that. Ted, what'd you think?
It was up and down for me. A little bit of false hope in the beginning there with that crit. Then RNG decided to show its true face. Just couldn't quite get it roll high enough. There's a few times it teased me with higher numbers and it rolled off. It was pretty intense. I kind of got to see the true durability of Rue, which was pretty impressive to me. Dude can take some hits. I'm kind of looking forward to see what happens. I know right now with where Rue's at, if he doesn't recognize a voice, somebody's about to get some fire lit on. But we'll see what happens next time.
So, think about what you want to do with Cadwin. This is a chance to either swap them out. We'll see who the other character is, but I know what happened to Cadwin when he went into the water with the creature, and we'll go through that in the next session. Okay? So
we'll see what happens.
Dwell on that. Maybe I'll be playing two characters briefly next time. All right, folks, we're going to call it here. Thanks for watching. Dizzy, you can shut that down anytime you're ready. And yeah, that's it. So thanks everybody for watching and playing tonight. We'll see you again next time. Hang in there, folks. It's only going to get better. Talk to you soon.